Hi, I'm Erin, and this is Our Wyoming Life.
Farmers market season is upon us, and that means every Saturday from now until the second week in October, you will find us set up at our local farmers market peddling our goods. This has been months in the works to get to this point, and it's nice to see the hard work pay off.
It's finally here. Market season has begun. I tend to think of parts of the year as different seasons depending what is happening with the gardens. We start with planting season, then move into the dreaded weeding season. The best season, though, is definitely market season. And then the last one is when will the frost finally happen and I can be done with this crap season. In all honesty, I love the routine and rhythm that the gardens bring, no matter what is happening. I would be lying, though, if I didn't say by the end I'm tired and burnt out and I am ready for a break. But for now, I'm excited to get back to market and be in front of our customers. We've got one market under our belts. I was in Portland having a blast at the International Master Gardener Conference last week, so Mike took on the chore of picking and my mom Rita helped wash. I'm home this week and I'm happy to pick the gardens. The gardens are super slow this year, so our crop selection is limited, but the crops that we do have are ready and they're abundant. The weather has been against us this year. A cool June slowed things way down, and now it's turned ridiculously hot. Crops are growing, but watering is now an issue. I've had to up the watering, and I'm even watering the big garden twice a day, partly because I've replanted a few crops that didn't germinate well when it was cool in June, and now I need to keep the seedlings wet until they become more established.
Today, green leaf lettuce, radishes, and romaine lettuce are picked from the big garden. In the high tunnel, cucumbers and a few peppers are ready for harvest. The green leaf lettuce is a variety called black-seeded Simpson. It's a very common home garden variety, and it sells very well at market. It's a cut and come again lettuce, meaning that more than one harvest can occur. It's very simple to harvest. A sharp knife is all that's needed. Gather a handful and cut about 2 inches above the ground. In 2 weeks, this section will be ready to harvest again. For the radishes, we will pull all of them. Most everything is big enough to sell, and it's not worth taking the time to sort through them. We leave enough for one more harvest next week, and then this area will get planted again for a fall crop. Romaine lettuce is a head lettuce. It's a one-and-done lettuce. Using the top end of the harvest knife, a cut is made at ground level so that the head remains intact. In the high tunnel, Mike picks through the cucumber vines and finds cucumbers that are big enough for market. We want them to be close to size that you would typically find in the grocery store, leaving the rest for next week. The cucumbers are not cooperating this year and staying on their trellis. Every time we get them back on the pig panels, the wind blows before they have a chance to grab on. So for now, we have to hunt through the vines for the cukes. A few pepper varieties are ready, and the most abundant are the sweet bananas. The plants are loaded, and we pick off the biggest ones. In another week or two, we will have all the pepper varieties in production. The forecast for today is a sweltering 95 degrees, so washing in the shop is a must. We get everything in the water right away and cooled down. The lettuce got taken immediately to the shop from the field, and the tubs were filled. The most time-consuming as far as washing veggies goes are the lettuce and the radishes. Cucumbers and peppers just get sprayed off and put in the fridge. Soaking the lettuce is a must in our opinion. It's really the best way to get everything nice and clean. The romaine heads get placed in the sink filled with water and submerged. The outside leaves that don't look great get pulled off, and the core gets trimmed up so it looks nice and pretty. One more dunking and the romaine can be placed in the bin. Water gets added to the clear tote to help keep the lettuce as fresh as possible until market. Radishes get pulled from the harvest bin and placed into a black tote that has holes in the bottoms and on the sides. This is where we sort off the small ones and any that have started to go to seed, as well as clean off the dead leaves and the occasional weed that's snuck in there. Then they get sprayed and moved around until all the dirt looks like it has been removed. The clean table is where they wait until it's packaging time. Now on to the leaf lettuce. This is the most tedious to wash. Mike built a bubbler to help agitate the lettuce in the sink and remove particles and the grit that can catch between the leaves. It's actually a really simple tool to build and just requires some PVC, glue, and a small drill bit, and an attachment to hook the bubbler to the air compressor that's already in the shop. Once hooked up to the compressor, the air is forced through the small holes that were drilled, and the water and the lettuce moves around in the sink. Unfortunately, we still have to sort through the leaves and pick out a few weeds and dead lettuce leaves. There is just no getting around this part with leaf lettuce. We move the lettuce through the stations of the sink so that by the time it goes into the spinner, it's nice and clean. This large 5-gallon spinner is then used to help remove most of the water and help the lettuce dry. Mackenzie thinks this is an awesome toy, and she entertains herself while waiting for some lettuce to be ready for spinning. Lettuce gets loaded in and the top gets put on, and away we go. The water comes out the bottom and the leaves come out significantly drier than when they went in. Everything gets dumped on the table until we're done washing. After a mountain of lettuce and radishes have been accumulated, it's packaging time. Radishes get gathered into a bunch and a rubber band gets wrapped around them. Another black tote gets used for their final storage and will be placed in the refrigerator when we're done. Lettuce packaging for market uses some rather large produce bags. A couple of handfuls are placed in the bag, and a certified scale is used to make sure that all the bags are the same weight. Our customers really appreciate knowing that all of the packaged lettuce bags are the same size. By the time we're done, the commercial refrigerator is pretty full, but nowhere close to what it will be in a few weeks' time.
In the next few weeks, there will be much more variety in our harvestable crops. Rainbow chard, Napa cabbage, beets, and turnips will all be ready very soon. In the high tunnel, there's even a few tomatoes that are starting to turn red. As crazy as this sounds, though, it's time to start thinking about fall crops being planted. August 1st is our target date for more lettuce, radishes, and the spinach to go in the ground outside. The weeding will also continue until about the middle of August, and when I finally say enough is enough and I'm done. The work never stops around here, and my to-do list is very long, but I am ridiculously happy when I'm in the garden. The life of the market farmer is a life for me. Thanks for watching today, and make sure you like us on Instagram and Facebook for when you go through withdrawals while waiting for the next video. As always, thanks for joining me in Our Wyoming Life.